Hi everybody, I'm Jerry Paul and I'm an indie author and welcome back to my channel. I write young adult fiction across a variety of genres, and if you think that might interest you, then think about subscribing below. So today I'm going to be answering questions from you guys. I have 10 questions and a bonus one, and I'm just going to jump right to it. Number 1. Have you ever wanted to quit writing? What made you keep going? Yes, I have. I've had moments when I felt like there's no point, or that my ideas don't do very well, and that I just don't want to keep doing this. I keep going because I know that these stories have to be told and that I'm the only one that can tell them in my own way. And sometimes it's things like reviews or reaching out from readers and saying, hey, I really enjoyed this book, that really help motivate me. I keep a folder of random praise, like good reviews or emails from readers or stuff like that I look at every so often when I'm having a down time. I find that bolsters my self-esteem and allows me to focus back on writing. But yes, there have been times when I've wanted to quit. Number 2. Why do you do the time spent breakdown in February? Simply because I organise myself to a point, and I record all my January videos in November so that I can record the time sensitive ones in December. Normally I record a month in advance, so like the time sensitive ones like The Life of Joey are done at the end of the previous month. So for January, because I can't do December videos in November because they're time sensitive, I record January videos in November. So that means that I can't do a breakdown of the year because the year isn't over yet. So I do my breakdown in February. I'm recording this at the moment in January, even though it won't go out until February, and that's why it works that way. Number 3, will you write more disability stories like Invisible? Yes. So Invisible is a quartet. The second book is probably going to come out in 2025, and I've obviously finished the quartet, and I've since written loads of disability books. It took me a while to really find the stories that I wanted to tell disability-wise, and so it took me a while, and now I'm at a stage where most of my stories have some element of disability in them, and I'm happy with that. But the quartet is finished and it will be published, and then I've got books about witches with disability and other kind of psychics with disability and just normal mystery books about disabilities. I'm working on a series at the moment called Disability Detectives, which is basically about a school of disabled kids solving crimes. So yeah, there will be more disability books in the future. Number 4. What are you currently working on and how is it going? So I plan to do a video next week about my current works in progress, so I won't go into too much detail here, but basically I'm working on a trilogy. So the second in the trilogy, it's about viruses and smartwatches and dystopian, and I'm enjoying it very much. I'm also working on the third book in the Disability Detective series, the series I just mentioned, and that's going really well as well. The next book should be the last one in the series, and I'm really enjoying exploring just my roots of crime mystery without any paranormal elements to it. I'm also revising the third book in the Crime Chronicles series and revising Translucent, which is the second in the Invisible Quartet. Number 5. Will you be doing any more signings? I have confirmed for Wonderland in 2025, and the tickets are linked below. But I also plan to do more as I can. I've got my fingers out and an interest expressed for other signings, but obviously nothing's been announced yet, so I can't announce it. But obviously once I do announce it, I will let you know. And yeah, I'm hoping to do more signings in 2024, 2025 and beyond. Number 6. How did you decide to become a writer? So I've told this story a number of times, but I was medically retired when I was 19. I first got sick with ME and fibromyalgia. My lungs were already bad, and I was basically told that I would never work a conventional job again. And I faced with the thought at 19 of being retired and never having a sort of like a day job or anything else like that, I decided to dig into a story that I'd written when I was 13 and sort of like tear it to pieces, put it back together again. And from there, I found more ideas. I had other ideas that had been brewing since around that time, and I just wanted to explore them. So I went from there, and then I wasn't published until I was 22. And then since then, it's just snowballed. Number 7, have you ever thought about a Patreon or equivalent? I have thought about it, but I don't feel like I have a large enough audience yet to justify it. Plus, I kind of feel bad for me personally taking money for something that I was going to do anyway. So it hasn't, I can't quite make it work in my head. It's something that I've thought about, but I haven't actually done, and I don't know whether I ever would do. Number 8, will you ever do signed copies directly from you? This is in the works. It's been in the works for a while. My problem is that I'm in the UK, and postage obviously outside of the UK is a lot of money, and I don't know whether the interest in the UK is enough for me to justify it. I have a lot of people from the States and Europe and beyond asking about signed copies, but because I have so many books, and because you can't send a package over 2 kilograms without it jumping like extortionately in price, I would have to send lots of little packages, which is fine if you're only ordering 1 or 2 books, but if you're ordering my backlog, that's 20 odd packages at £10 each. That's a lot of money. So I'm not sure whether I have the audience for it. Similar to the Patreon, I don't know whether I could justify it, but it is in the works, in that I've had interest from people, and I want to look into other kind of like ways of doing it. Number 9, how many first drafts have you finished now? I think it's 46 or 48. I can't remember. I think it's 46, maybe. But I'm taking a break from drafting once I finish the 2 series that I'm working on right now. So I should finish those in June, July time. And then there'll be a sort of like a break while I revise old projects, and no more new first drafts are added. I don't know how long that break will last, because it depends on ideas and the urge to draft, because that is definitely my favourite part of the process. So it might be that that lasts for 6 months, or it might be that it lasts for a year. I don't know. And number 10, do you feel like you have to only write disabled characters? No. I didn't for a long time write visibly or invisibly disabled characters. It was just a case of, this is a character and they do this, this and this. And it was really only things like Lynn and Hope, when I had a specifically disabled character, that I wrote disabled characters. I don't feel like I have to. I know that there's been a lot of talk about how you should only write your own experience. I'm not really sold on that. I feel like sometimes a character has a disability and that's great, and sometimes they don't, and that's also great. But I have found that my stories or my characters these days do lean more towards disabled than not, just because I like doing it, so it makes sense. But I don't feel like I have to. I don't feel like there's this force sitting me down and forcing me to write only disabled characters. And the bonus question, what's your favourite way to write? Type, dictate, or handwrite? I type. Basically, I used to handwrite. When I first started writing, I would write out my chapters by hand and then type them up at the end when I'd finished a chapter, and I'd edit as I went. And that worked for me up until about Lynn and Hope, and then the fibromyalgia makes it difficult for me to hold a pen without pain. So I found that I couldn't keep up with my brain. Like, I'd want to write, but my hands would hurt, so I'd stop, and then it would drag out, and it got frustrating for me. So I started typing all the time. I did go through a period of dictating, and I think it works great if it's something that you want to do, but it felt very frustrating for me, because I would have to go back and add in commas and speech marks and all the rest of it, and it slowed down my flow. Whereas if I type, I can do it all, and I can knock out my chapter in about 40 minutes, an hour, and that works for me. So I generally type. So there we go. Those are my 11 answers to 11 questions from you guys. If you ever have a question for me, you can shoot it to me over social media. I will usually answer it there and then, but sometimes I hoard them for videos like this. So what made you decide to become a writer? Let me know in the comments down below. So that's all I've got time for today. If you want to support my channel, you can comment, like, or subscribe. I post new videos on Thursdays. You can find me all over social media, and my books are available everywhere. And you can also sign up for my newsletter. And don't forget to pick up Invisible, which is the first in a young adult dystopian quartet. And also, don't forget to grab a ticket for Wonderland in Nottingham in July 2025, where I'll be signing books. All the links for which are listed below. Thanks for watching, and remember to keep writing. Bye.